Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 has finally come to an end, and I am kind of sad, but I'm also sort of relieved in a way because, we got closure to what happened, and, everything is kind of settled now, and that sort of leaves a few questions. And this is sort of what this video is going to elaborate on and kind of just touch upon a little. So if you have never seen Mob Psycho 100 before, it centers around a young boy named Shigeo Kageyama. And he's often referred to by people as just Mob. And he has psychic powers where he can see like ghosts and spirits and yokai and all of that sort of stuff. And he works for a man posing as a psychic, Reagan, however it's pronounced. And this Reagan character is sort of, it's best to describe him as sort of a snake oil salesman. He's selling a service to people that he has very little, if any, sort of experience in. He's basically, blinding people and taking their money without their knowing. And he's using Mob to do that. He's using Mob's powers to help his own gain, essentially. And that sort of continues through the first two seasons, and it sort of comes to a climax and ends in the third season when eventually Reagan sort of admits that he's a fraud and a phony, and everything kind of just goes back to normal. And so, every single plot point in the show was seemingly tied up in a nice, pretty bow, and there were really no loose ends that were left uncovered or untied. And so, because the final few episodes take place within the final couple of chapters, within the last, I would say, probably 2 or 3 chapters of the anime, or of the manga, rather, there's really no original source material left to animate unless they were the creators of the show were to sort of branch off and do maybe like an OVA, couple of OVA episodes, maybe a Mob Psycho movie if they haven't done that already. Or they could just pick a random character, sort of like showing what Dimple was like before he met Shigeo, or even what Reagan was like before Mob came into his life. I feel like that would be interesting, sort of give us a little bit more backstory as to who Reagan is, because as much as I love the show Mob Psycho, I really feel like, and it should, focus on the life of Shigeo Kageyama. But I think I would really love to see what Reagan and some of the other characters were getting up to before they got involved with Shigeo Kageyama in his sort of wacky adventures. And I feel like that would be pretty cool. So I don't know if they're actually going to go through with that, but there were a few parts of the show that I thought the voice actor for Mob kind of had to kind of show